And once again, feeling that super connection to the earth, inhaling and exhaling. All right, so we're going to draw up energy from the earth. Turn your palms face up and inhale through the center of the body. Inhale up, bring your arms overhead. Turn your palms out and exhale down. Release. Okay, so it's the middle of the week. Release anything that you want to let go of for this practice. Inhale energy. Oh, and just exhale. Let things go. Bring it up, right all the way through the body, from the feet, all the way up, and exhale down. Let's reverse that arm pattern now. So with your palms face out, inhale, and then exhale through center of the body, pressing away anything that does not serve you right now. Inhale, reach up, keep those feet square, exhale. And let's bring it up. And exhale down. All right, shake it out a little bit. Okay, move around. So we'll start our spinal series here. We're going to have the feet slightly wider than hip width distance. Knees and hips are soft. Take your right hand to your left shoulder, left hand to the right. Okay, so round into your cat, and then as you open into cow, open the arms up. This time the left hand goes first, right arm over, cat, open, cow, right hand first, cat, open, cow, left hand first, cat, open, cow, right hand, left. So we just keep switching which arm is in front so we get equal work in the shoulders. Right hand goes first. Left hand goes first. And now when we go, take the right hand first and we round into cat, we're in our starting position, right? So we're going to just stay here. Take a couple of breaths and then open big into the cow. And then take the left hand first, right hand and round. And open, and release, shake it out. All right, so we're going to keep those feet at a nice comfortable distance apart as we start to open up the side body. So take your left hand palm face up, right hand palm face down, like you have a big ball of energy. And we're going to rotate the ball, take the right arm over to the left, left arm over to the right. And then keeping that circle, take it around. And now the right arm is over, pressing to the left. And around, and switch, and start to feel the side body opening as you move this big ball of energy around and around. Okay, so the next time we have the left hand underneath, right hand over, and we move over toward the left. Just hold here, and then release to center and go back to the left. Release to center and go back to the left. And bring it all the way around and take it over to the right. Now the left arm's on top. Release to center and go back to the left. And center and back to the left, and then come center and release and shake everything out. Okay, take a couple of breaths here, just feel that energy moving through you. And again, we'll start with the feet slightly wider than hip width distance, and we're going to be moving toward a curtsy lunge. So we're going to start by just sweeping the right foot the right leg behind the left, right arm across, step out, left, and right foot back, left foot back. Yeah, you guys know this one. Right and left. All right, so now maybe you start to reach down a little closer to the earth. And you're always in control of how far down you go or do not go, right? Take it down. And then start to come back up. And then start to reach up to the side. Okay, we're going to start going back down. So bringing the arms through center and start to reach down. And when you get as far down as you're going to go, once your right leg gets back, then you're going to just hold it here. Here's our curtsy lunge. And then take it out, left leg back, as far as you're going, curtsy lunge. And one more time each side, right leg back, and left leg back. Okay, and bring it up and shake it out. All right, so now find mountain pose. Let your breath settle, inhaling and exhaling. Okay, so we're dealing with the full moon energy, and we are going to work on extra balancing tonight. Okay, so let's go ahead and balance in our mountain pose, and let's explore the gaze for a moment. So start with your feet hip-width distance. The four corners of the feet connected, as we were talking about. Get a steady gaze, a drishti, and then let your eyes slowly start to close. If you don't want to close them all the way, just defocus them. And start to notice if you feel any movement. And then slowly open your eyes and bring your big toes together now. Same thing, find a spot that isn't moving, your drishti. And slowly start to let your lids get heavy and see what you notice. Can you keep both feet grounded, all four corners of the feet nice and square, even with the eyes closed? And slowly open the eyes. Inhale and exhale and shake things out. We're going to come to the back of the mat. Inhale, take the arms up. Exhale into a straight leg swan dive, wherever that goes for you right now, right? Your hands could be high or low. Now bend at the knees and hips, bring your hands to your thighs and shine your heart forward, half lifts, sink the hips down, bring your hands to the mat and walk forward into a plank. So your knees could be up or down in your plank, okay? We're feeling the core. Nice 4-point balance in the plank. Now try and maintain that balance and just float the right foot up. Bring the right foot down. Same thing, left foot. What we're trying to do here, whether the knees are up or down, we want to keep the hips facing straight down. We don't want to lift out to the side. All right, take it back to downward facing dog and walk your hands back toward your feet. When you get here, float the arms out and up, palms touch, and hands come heart center. Inhale, float up. Exhale, swan dive. Half lift. Hands down, plank. So we get nice and balanced, 4-point plank here. Raise your right foot. Rebalance. Right foot down, left foot up. Rebalance dog. Downward facing dog. Inhale and exhale. Good. And walk your hands back toward your feet. Float the arms out and up, palms touch. And hands come heart center. Okay, here we go. One more time. Inhale, float up. Exhale, swan dive. Half lift. Bring it down. Take it to a plank. Let's see these. Knees up or down. Either way. Nice strong planks here. Right foot up. Now rebalancing on 3 points. Bring the right foot down, left foot up. Bring the left foot down, come into downward facing dog. 4-point balance, down dog. And go ahead and walk your dog. Bend one knee and then the other. Roll through the feet, press one heel down, other heel. Press one heel down and hold. Press the other heel down and hold. Press both heels down and hold. And let's get both knees to the mat at the same time. All right, sit off to the side and find equal sitting in seated mountain pose. Inhale and exhale. All right, sit nice and tall. Long spine. All right, let's shake things out. All right, we're going to do some fun and interesting core work. Go ahead and bend the knees. The feet are hip-width distance apart. Okay, so we will be taking the body back in space till we find core engagement, and maybe a little farther to find core challenge point here, right? And keeping the upper body still, we take the right arm out and back to center. The hands start out at the heart. Left arm out and back to center. And both arms out and back to center. Sit up. All right, let's go back to that core challenge point where you feel challenged. Hands to your heart. We're starting on the left. Out and in. Right. Out and in. Open and in. Sit up. Now that's very interesting, and you probably feel your core. We're going to add a little more interest to that. Yeah. You know what I mean by interest, don't you? All right, here we go. Take it back. Core challenge. Right arm out. Lift your left leg up. Bring it down. Left arm out, right leg up. Bring it down. Here's a big experiment. 2 arms, 2 legs. Up. And bring it down. Sit up. All right. Let's take it back again. We're going to start left arm, right leg. And down. Right arm, left leg. And down. 2 arms, 2 legs. And down and sit up. All right. Is everybody okay with that? Remember, if that 2-leg thing is just beyond where you want to go at any point, just do it with 1 leg. Okay, we're going to double it up now. Take it back. We're going to go right arm 2 times. Right arm, left leg, tap. Right arm, left leg, tap. Left arm, right leg, tap. Left arm, right leg, tap. 2 arms, 2 legs, tap. Once more, tap and sit up. Oh, don't have to do very many of those. We're going to double it up now, starting on the left. Bring it back. Okay, left arm, right leg, tap. Left and right, tap. Right arm, left leg, tap. Right and left, tap. Double, tap, double, tap, and sit up. Woo! Shake it out. Inhale and exhale. So between the planks we were doing, especially with the 1 foot lifted, and what we just did, that core is really awake. Let's go ahead and wake up the obliques just a bit now. So very similar move. We're going to start with the hands at the heart. Now we're going to open the arms to the right as we lean into it and come up. Open the arms to the left, lean into it as we come up. Arms long, left leg up as we open right. Bring it in. Right leg up as we open left. and bring it in. Back, right arm, left leg, left arm, right leg, right arm, left leg, and left arm, right leg. Now you know we have to have a big finish here, so let's take it back to the right, left leg up. Stay right here. Bring your hands back to your heart, tap your left toes down. Extend the arms, tap the toes down. Extend the arms, tap the toes down. Last time this side, extend, tap, bring it up. We're going to the left, okay? All right, here we go. Open to the left, staying here. Hands center, toe, right toes tap. Open, tap, open, tap, open, tap. Last time, open, tap, and release. Oh, shake it out. Inhale and exhale. All right, did anybody feel that? Core's awake? Everybody's core's awake? Okay, good. Inhale and exhale. All right, I promised you we would do water wheel, nice circular movement, and we're going to make sure that we keep it very gentle with the water wheel. So let's roll down. Oh. Connect with the earth. So start to feel balanced on the earth. Notice what parts of you, your knees are bent, what parts of you are connected to the earth? And is everything nice and evenly balanced on the earth? If something is really much heavier than another point, just try and even things out. Now press your left foot into the earth. Notice that your left knee is facing straight up to the sky, and that's where we want to keep it, okay? So we want to bring attention to that left foot as we take the right knee in, point up, flex down. So we're starting water wheel on the right with keeping attention as well on our left foot. We want that foot to stay square. And the next time your right knee comes in, just hold it in, flex your right foot. We'll reverse the water wheel. Flex out, point up, knee in, nice and smooth out. Point up, knee in, keep going. How's your left foot doing? One more time. And the next time that right knee is in, hold it in. Keep your left foot planted, left knee facing straight up to the sky. Hold on to your right shin or hamstring and let that right leg open out to the right and come back to center. Now come back to center, extend that left leg any amount, take your left hand outside the right thigh, extend your right arm out from the shoulder, and let that right knee come just past the belly button. Take your gaze towards your right fingertips. So right now the hips and the shoulders are all on the mat. Now we're going to let the right hip lift as we take the right knee all the way over to the left as far as it wants to go. Gaze is still toward those right fingers. Right shoulder still connected to the earth. And as you unwind, take your right ankle across your left thigh, flex your right foot, draw the legs in towards you, hold on to your right shin. Take those legs side to side. Forward and back. See how many ways we can move the hip here. Around in a circle. And circling in the other direction. So we're focused on the hip, but the spine is getting a nice little massage too, isn't it? Come back to center, extend your left leg straight up, and we'll point and flex that left foot. And circle the ankle one direction and the other. Now go ahead and cross tightly at the thighs. Okay, so this is cow's face legs or close to eagle legs as well. Hold opposite hand to opposite leg. And go ahead and just move through this. So do feel into your right hip. What does it want to do to release even more? And then release, unwind, bring 2 feet to the mat, hands down. Gently let those knees open and close. All right, now take a few breaths from here. As we move to the left, first we plant the right foot. The right knee is facing straight up to the sky. Left knee in, point up, flex down. Knee in, point up, flex down. Keep going. A lot of movement for the ankle here too. Last time. And the next time your left knee is in, hold it in. Make sure that right foot is still planted. The body is even on the earth. Flex your left foot. Flex out, point up, knee in, reverse water wheel. Out and up. Last time, reverse water wheel on the left. Hold that left knee in. Hold on to your shin or hamstring. Take that left leg out to the left and back to center. Out to the left and back to center. All right, now come to center. Extend that right leg any amount. Take your right hand outside your left leg, extend your left arm out from your shoulder. Turn your gaze towards your left fingertips and let that left knee come just past the belly button. And now let the left knee come over to the right. The left hip lifts, but the left shoulder is still on the mat, and your gaze is towards your left fingertips. And then come back through center, drawing your left ankle across your right thigh. Flex your left foot, draw your legs in towards you. Hold on to that shin and take your legs side to side. Forward and back. And making a circle. Pause and circle the other direction. And then come back to center. Extend your left leg. This is your right leg, isn't it? Yep. Point and flex. Point and flex that right foot. And then circle the ankle one direction and the other. We're crossing tightly at the thighs, holding opposite leg with opposite hand. Maybe it's the ankles, maybe it's the thighs, anywhere in between. And go ahead and just move around through those hips. See if you can find any final stuck spaces that want a little attention. And release, unwind both feet. feet to the earth. Open and close those knees, little butterfly wings. Inhale and exhale. All right, we're going to come up to hands and knees. So you can roll over to your side, come to hands and knees that way. You can cross your ankles and rock, rock, rock. Roll over your knees and come to table that way. If that sounds like fun to you, then go ahead. It occurred to me we haven't done that in a while. All right, but that is another method for getting up. Okay, so let's take the arms long, come into a knee down plank, and working on push-ups. All right, we do these so many times. I just want to remind you, the elbow creases face forward, right? That brings the shoulder blades onto the spine. And when you press down for your push-up, you're using your triceps, the elbows are going back. So come into your plank, knees up or down, push up, and hips back. Push up, and hips back. And you're going at your own pace. And one more, find your way to child's pose. Making sure that forehead is supported. Now as you float your way back to downward facing dog, just notice your balance, all the points along the way. When are you in balance? When are you slightly off balance? When are you quite off balance? Come into a 4-point balance, downward facing dog. Inhale and exhale. And then find a journey, feet to your hands, however you feel like getting there tonight. Coming into a half lift, forward fold. Float the arms out and up. Palms touch. And hands come heart center. All right, so since it's just us, how about if we attempt a round the world sun salutation? Yeah, okay. So we'll just go ahead and muddle our way through it, okay? And we're going to add a little crescent lunge, low crescent, into some parts of it. So make sure you have enough padding for your knees. Okay, so we come to the top of the mat. Take a few breaths, inhaling and exhaling. All right. Float the arms up, inhale. Exhale, swan dive over straight legs, over those hip creases. Come to high, low, or anywhere in between, wherever your swan dive belongs. Come into a half lift, bend at the knees and hips, and step back with your right leg into a lunge. Bring your right knee down, and let's come into low crescent lunge here. Really feel that front hip flexor release for you. Bring the hands down, find your way to plank. Now remember, we're going to be doing this several times, so you might be mixing up knees up and knee down plank as often as you want to. Let's go ahead and chaturanga down. And we'll start with just a little cobra, hands lift, and release. Now find your way to downward facing dog. Inhaling and exhaling. Here we're going to take the right leg up to hip height. Now take a big step forward with the right foot and start walking your hands around to the left. So you're in a wide-legged forward fold. And then just go ahead, it's our first wide leg forward fold, so just move around in it, do what feels good to you. Continue walking your hands around to the left until you wind up with one hand on either side of your left foot now. Okay. Take your left leg back to a plank. Chaturanga down. We're going to drop the hands a little lower from the shoulders. So slide them down a little below the shoulders and use them to help lift into a deeper cobra. And release. And then find your way to downward facing dog. Inhale and exhale. Find 4 points of balance in your down dog. Float your right leg up, finding 3 points of balance. Right foot steps forward. Walk the hands around to the left. You are back in a wide-legged forward fold. Just continue to move around in your wide-legged forward fold. Yes. And then walk your hands around to the left till you wind up facing forward with one hand on either side of your left foot. Engage all the muscles of your body. Take a big step forward with your right foot. Half lift, forward fold. Float the arms out and up, palms touch. And hands come heart center. All right, everybody wound up back at the front of their mat, right? So we did it. Now we have to start on the left. Feet are hip width distance apart. Let's connect to the earth here. Strong mountain pose. Float the arms up, inhale. Exhale, swan dive. Take a half lift. Hands down, lunge back left. Bring the back knee down. Float the arms up. Hands down, find your plank. And we chaturanga. Taking the hands a little lower than last time and coming into a little deeper cobra. If you do up dog, you might even be starting to do up dog here. And then find your way to downward facing dog. Feeling the 4-point balance of down dog, take your left leg up, feel the 3-point balance. Take a big step forward with your left foot and walk your hands around to the right. Now we're in wide-legged forward fold here. So what we're going to do is bend one knee and then the other, working toward a nice adductor stretch. If you want to be a little higher, put your hands on your thighs. And take it to one side and hold. And lift the toes of your other foot. And then switch sides. Take it to the other side and hold. And then lift your toes. And bring it back to center. Keep walking your hands around to the right till you wind up with one hand on either side of your right foot. Find a plank. Chaturanga. Okay, now as deep as you want to go in a cobra. So slide your hands back by your waist and lift your heart. And again, maybe you do up dog and then we come into 4-point down dog. Inhale and exhale here. We take the left leg up, take a big step forward with the left foot, walk the hands around to the right till we're back in that wide-legged forward fold, just moving around any way that feels good to you. And then continue walking your hands around to the right till you wind up with one hand on either side of your right foot. Take a big step forward. Half lift, forward fold, And float the arms out and up, palms touch. And hands come heart center. All right, find mountain pose. 2 around the world downward face sun salutations. Yeah, and there were a lot of downward facing dogs in there. Okay, so let's inhale and exhale. All right, so if you saw my email, was talking about the warrior poses. We're going to do a very gentle warrior 2 sequence with archer. So go ahead and take your legs wide. Okay, we want to balance. We just did very strong moves. Now we're going to soften it. Take your legs wide. Turn your right toes to the right, left toes in at an angle. Bend your right knee so that it's directly over your ankle. Now square those feet. All 4 corners of the feet, shoulders over hips, arms gracefully out from the shoulders. Okay, so we're in a nice settled warrior 2, gazing past the right fingertips here. Turn your gaze to the left, and then follow your left hand as it comes around to meet the right, gently drawing those fingertips across the right arm, across the body. Keep following your left hand as you open back up to the left. Archer, let's do that 2 more times, following the left hand. Draw across. Open left. And 1 more time, follow. Draw, opening. Now turn your gaze back to the right and feel into your warrior 2. Can you feel the groundedness balanced out by the lightness? Bring your hands to your heart and change the position of your feet. So now your left toes are to the left. Your right toes are in at an angle. Your left knee is over your left ankle. Both feet are super grounded, shoulders over hips, arms out. Gaze goes past the left fingertips, then turns to find the right. And we archer 3 times, keeping the gaze on the right hand. Drawing across. Holding open after the 3rd time, starting out with the gaze to the right and then turning the gaze to the left. Bring your hands to your heart, turn your toes forward, take a nice deep breath, inhale, breathe up, exhale, arms down, and get your legs together. You might step, you might hop, however you want to do that. Okay, and let's come back to mountain pose. All right, we're going to work on a little tree balance. It's our pose of the month, and we want to do a balance here. So we'll start just figuring out what the body is ready for, and then you'll take it as far as you want it to go. So find your feet hip-width distance apart. Find your drishti. Okay, hands to the hips. Heel up, knee out, the heel kickstands. Maybe your body is ready for that right foot to go to the left leg already, and your hands to your heart. So we started with tree on the right. And release. Okay, let's see how the left side does. Heel up, knee out. Heel to the leg or foot to the leg, hands to the heart. We keep the gaze steady, the mind calm. We're trying to keep that right leg super strong and tall. And release. All right, if you're ready to just float into it, let's do it. We're going to do grow the limbs also at the same time. You decide if you're ready. Here you go, tree on the right. Maybe you're here. Maybe you took it in steps. You've all done tree enough times. Yeah. And bring it back to center. Remember to keep your gaze on something that isn't moving. And remember, every time you come out of balance, you're training your body to come back in. And release. All right, let's do one more tree on each side, okay? So if you want to keep your hands at your heart, keep your hands at your heart. If you want to grow your branches, grow your branches. Come into a tree on the right, tree of your choosing. And release. And tree on the left. And release, shake it out. Take a couple of breaths, inhale and exhale. All right, how's everybody doing? Are we ready to start shaking things out, moving around, feel into your body, see if there's anything happening, something that the body wants to do before we start taking it down to the earth. And grab your block. I'm pretty sure everybody has a block. So go ahead and grab it. If you don't, if you have a blanket you can put under your hips, that works too. A towel, and if you don't have anything, that's going to be okay too. All right? So raise one hand if you have a block or a towel or something to put under your hips. Everybody good? Okay. Come to the top of your mat. Now we're going to meet in down dog, and if you want to throw in a vinyasa, I'll tell you when to get into that, okay? Float the arms up, inhale, exhale, swan dive. Let's feel the backs of those legs, whether the hands are high on the legs or touching the earth or anywhere in between. Just feel into the backs of the legs. Keep them straight as you lift into your half lift. And then bend at the knees and hips here. If you're going into a vinyasa, go ahead, plank chaturanga, you know that. And otherwise, just come into down dog. And we're all going to breathe. If you're in down dog, focus on 4 points of contact being nice and even. If you're working through your vinyasa, just have fun with it. If you're in dog, bring your big toes together, take your knees to one side, hips to the other. If you've had it with dog and you want to go into table, come into table and just let your hips move side to side. And if you're wiggling, just come back to your dog or table. And bring your knees down. If you're in your vinyasa, just go ahead and join us in seated mountain pose when you're ready. Sit up nice and tall. And take a few breaths. So it's important that we honor what our body needs before we take it all the way down and start releasing it for final relaxation, right? So if there's something left that it needs to release, we want to give it the opportunity to do that. Okay, let's come into seated mountain pose. Okay. And making sure the spine is nice and long here. Inhale, float the arms up. Turn your palms out, and even as you exhale, continue extending through the spine as the fingertips tap down. One more time. Inhale, float the arms up. Exhale, extend through the spine as the fingertips tap down. All right, let's shake everything out. And we're going to do a little Janu, okay, Janu Sirsasana. So go ahead and take your left leg long with the toes and the left knee facing straight up. Take your right foot either to your left thigh or calf. Turn and face your left leg. Float the arms up, folding from those hip creases, reaching long, long, long with the arms. Inhale and exhale. Now cross at the wrists and hold on. Right hand on the outside of your left leg, left hand on the inside, and keep your gaze to your left toes. Uncross the arms, bring it up, hands down. We're going to help that right knee up. Have that right foot one hand's width distance away from the left leg, whether the foot is near the thigh or the calf. Sit up nice and tall, left hand outside the right leg. Yes, we're moving into our twist. Spine is nice and long. Turn to the right without tugging on that right leg and turn your gaze towards your right shoulder. Now the next time you exhale, turn your gaze to the left. Good opportunity to check and see if the left toes are still facing straight up. And now go ahead and turn your gaze back to the right. And release, unwind, let everything shake. Now this time we're keeping the right leg long, toes and knee straight up. Left foot to the right thigh or shin. Sit up nice and tall. Turn to face your right leg, draw those arms overhead, long spine, long arms folding from the hip creases, cross at the wrists, and hold on to your leg. Now maybe you're holding on up here. Maybe you found your foot. Where's this for you? Doesn't matter where it is for anybody else. Keep your gaze past your right toes. Uncross your arms, sit up tall, arms down, hands down. Take your left knee up. There's a little distance between your right leg and your left foot, whether your foot is at the thigh or closer to the calf. Right hand outside the left leg, left arm back with a long spine. We take a nice gentle twist here. Turn the gaze to the left. Exhale your gaze to the right. See if that right foot and leg are still doing what you want it to do. Turn your gaze back to the left. And then coming center, unwind, give your legs a crazy shake. Shake everything out. And we're going to head down to the mat. We'll do a little supported back bend. So have your block within easy reach as we find the earth. Now think about what's touching the earth and try and balance everything out. Okay, the feet, we want those feet, four corners of the feet pressing into the earth. Okay, and now we're going to take the block on its lowest side, lift the hips, and just slide the block underneath. A nice little supported back bend here. And you could choose to stay here the whole time. Just every once in a while, think about your feet, right? Still being connected 4 points to the earth rather than having those knees flopping open. And if you feel like you have more space to move the block to its second edge, go ahead and move the block to its second edge. If you did that and that doesn't feel good, come back down to the first edge. If even the first edge doesn't feel good, just lay on the mat with your knees bent. A little supported back bend here. Feel the heart open. And now if you're on the second edge of your block, go ahead and bring it back down to the first edge. So everybody's either on the first edge or completely off the block. Inhale and exhale. And now just lift off the block and bring your spine down to the mat. Put the block off to the side. Okay, and while we're waiting for the spine to just neutralize here, we're going to open the fingers wide and make a gentle fist. Open and wiggle the fingers in. And then rotate the wrists one direction and the other. Now keeping the left foot planted, take the right leg straight up, point and flex that right foot. Circle the ankle one direction and the other. And bring the right foot down. Take your left leg straight up. Make sure that right foot is still in good contact with the earth as you point and flex. So your knee is facing straight up. And circle the ankle one direction and the other. All right, we're going to extend both arms and both legs. Inhale. Exhale, draw the knees in, Apanasana here, and just go ahead, hold on to your hamstrings and massage the spine side to side. Now come back to center, take this to a happy baby, and massage the spine side to side, and notice where on the spine these massages are taking place. When you're in Apanasana, when you're in Happy Baby, what parts of the spine are being moved around on the earth. And then come back to center, draw your knees in, put your hands on your knees, and we'll make some circles. So press the knees away, to the right, in and to the left. The hands never leave the knees. We're circling. And draw it in, and now press away to the left and in and to the right. So circle the other direction. And now release your feet to the earth. Let those knees gently open and close. Okay, we're going to let the head just move side to side, just checking in with the neck, making sure the neck is happy. And come back to center, and then scan your body from head to toe, taking any final movements and starting to find your way to your final relaxation position for tonight. What's that going to look like for you? Feel the earth support you. Inhale through the nose and slowly exhale into final relaxation. begin to bring your awareness back to your space. Invite a deeper breath. Gently bring movement back to your body. And on your inhale, extend the arms and legs long. Exhaling, draw your knees in. Find your way over to a side. And come on up to a nice, easy seat. As you turn your gaze to your own good heart and your bright spirit, thank and honor yourself for your practice, and we thank and honor each other for sharing this time. Namaste.